What are you working toward now? And is your health helping you get there? Many veterans, leaders, and high performers, health can become something we deal with later, after the work, after the stress, after everyone else is taken care of. But if your body, energy, and mindset are breaking down, it becomes harder to live the mission you say matters. Today's conversation is about mission, the second silent war, and why building a healthier, stronger life may be one of the most powerful ways to reclaim purpose, confidence, and resilience.
Welcome to Your Thoughts, Your Reality with Michael Cole, the podcast that shines a compassionate light on the journey of veterans battling through life's challenges. Michael is a dual elite certified neuro-encoding specialist in coaching and keynote training presentations, dedicated to guiding military veterans as they navigate the intricate pathways of post-deployment life. Join him as we delve into the profound realm of neuro-encoding science, empowering these brave individuals to conquer universal battles, procrastination, self-doubt, fear, and more. Together, let's uncover the strength within you to re-engage with families and society, forging a new path forward.
Ruth Petitt is a Navy veteran and health and wellness advocate. She's transformed her own life after overcoming years of unhealthy habits. Ruth discovered the power of strength training, consistency, and lasting lifestyle change, which is, I think, the most important part of it all. Her work encourages others to build healthier, stronger lives from the inside out. And her mission reminds us that it is never too late to become stronger, healthier, and more vibrant. Ruth, welcome to Your Thoughts, Your Reality.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's a great pleasure to be here. I'm super
Absolutely.
excited.
Thrilled you're here as well. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, if you will.
Yeah, so I haven't always been fit or healthy or strong. In fact, when I was in high school, I was a yo-yo dieter. In fact, I would say I was a professional yo-yo dieter. And so, it was one diet after another. And it wasn't until after I graduated high school that I had some significant emotional events occur that brought to the forefront that I could do anything I set my mind to. And I went to a Christian outward bound camp that I did not want to go to. My parents made me go, and I did everything I could in order to get out of it. However, they didn't send me back. So I was out of shape, didn't have the right equipment, and my attitude was horrible. Not good. But after 2 weeks, I came back, got off that plane, and my clothes were hanging off of me. I had released 20 pounds in 2 weeks and had been put through the mill, spelunking, rappelling, bouldering, all the things. And with that, I go like, man, I just worked super hard. I feel great. And, I'm going to continue down this path. So that was the trajectory that got me to continue releasing the weight to where I finally released 60 pounds and have kept it off for 40 years. So I'm going to be 66 in September. And I can tell you that anyone can do this at any time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and in that, over the years, I had some issues, and I became a certified health coach, Ashtanga yoga instructor, Reiki master, and spin instructor, personal trainer, all those things, mainly because I wanted to feel better and do better, and then share that with the world, because nobody has to feel bad.
Amen. So. Amen. I'm going to totally throw the questions out the window already. We'll come back to them. But I mean, can we just for just a second, and I know how important this is, how important is physical exercise for your mind, for your emotions, all of that stuff. Can we just? I just want to start there because I
Yeah,
know how important it is. Please.
let's unpack that. When you are physical, when you build strength, when you build flexibility, it all starts in the mind, and it makes your mind resilient. It makes your mind young. It keeps your mind young. And so then you feel good in your body. You show up differently, and you're stronger, more courageous, brave. You do things, you do the hard things, you do whatever you need to do in order to make things happen. And you know that you can because you have kept your word to yourself when you are saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to work out, and this is when I'm going to do it. Like I work out Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I go to the gym and I lift heavy weights because I know that's where it's at. And it's gotten better. You know, I started out with like baby weights with 5 pounds, but you start out wherever you're at and then you build on that.
Yeah, and now Ruth uses 300-pound dumbbells. So just saying.
No.
That's a fabrication. I was just doing it for effect.
Yes.
I actually don't know. Maybe she is a badass.
No.
So if we can start with great information, by the way, and I totally agree with it because I do know how important it is for mindset, for not just the goals for working out, but for everything else that comes with the day. You know, so thank you for talking about that. When you hear the word mission, which is again the second silent war, what does that mean to you personally?
To me, that means your health, because without your health, I mean, you can have bad health, but what's that going to do? That's really going to side rail your mission. And so when you have good health, great health, then you can do whatever you need to do. So when we're in the military, people are always telling us what to do. If you're an officer, you're telling people what to do, but somebody else is telling you what to do.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, when you're enlisted, it's like you're being told what to do, or you're telling other people what to do. So when you get out, you don't have anybody telling you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, at one point, we all had to be fit. We all had to be a certain weight, and we established we could do that. We're strong. We get the hard stuff done. When you get out, nobody's telling you what to do. So then you have to decide that you are the mission and that your health is critical to everything you do. When you don't feel good, you don't show up for your people, for yourself, for your family, right? And you don't feel good. And that like has a ripple effect. And conversely, when you feel good, when you show up for yourself, when you get up, you're making your rack. I bet you still are making your rack first thing in the morning. And then you get out, you have your water, your coffee, whatever. And then you go to the gym and you work out. You have already start your day off accomplishing at least 4 things.
Love it.
And, you know, you keep up that trajectory. It's momentum. So you build on momentum and there's like no stopping you. Get out of the way, you know. So that to me, your health is critical for the mission.
Absolutely love it. And really the mission should be your health, right? Because that's
Absolutely.
where, in my opinion, that's where it starts. And by no means am I perfect. I'm just saying, but I know that that's where it really starts. And
Yes.
the mission should definitely be your health. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Love it. So how did strength training change the way you saw yourself, your confidence, and really what you're capable of?
Yeah. So I took up strength training when I was stationed on Midway Island. And this was before women were really lifting weights. It was early 80s. And Rachel McLish had just been published in Shape magazine, and she was smoking hot. And I'm going, ooh, I want to look like that. Forget that she has beautiful olive skin, long legs, all the things. But I'm going, oh, I want some definition. I want to be strong because I was feeling weak. I mean, push-ups were not making it for me. And I wasn't really doing anything. I was doing 8-hour watches, eight on, 8 off, whatever. And so my health was horrible. And once I started lifting weights, I go like, oh, I am awesome. I'm going to say it. I'm a little badass. And so,
there you go.
and it was just to look good. It was look good and get some strength. And that just has a huge ripple effect in how I showed up in the world. I showed up with more confidence, leadership roles started, and then, you have to start with yourself. You lead yourself. And so I was keeping my word to myself. And because I was doing the workouts, and I was like the only girl in the gym. Mm-hmm. So, and at one point I had to work out in the barracks because there was nothing else to do. So it helped with my mind and how I saw myself and just how I presented myself. And plus I looked good. And
I mean, that is important.
I mean, listen,
I love it.
That's how it all started.
Amen. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to kind of go back to, the kind of we're going to call it the dark side, if you will, when someone feels, discouraged, out of shape, just too far gone, I can't do it. All the, how do I say this? The BS that we tell ourselves, right? Our belief systems. Would you suggest someone starts without really just feeling overwhelmed? And I want to add to that question just a little bit, because in today's society, with all the social media and all the different stuff, you get a plan, and then you have 14 other people telling you that plan's wrong. Listen to them, right? So
right.
Help me and help our listeners both, honestly. How do you kind of get past that and start the mission, if you will?
Right. So what I suggest is that when you're feeling overwhelmed, one of the best places to start is to actually go to the gym and hire a personal trainer. Beautiful. If you can do that, somebody who is going to guide you. And I will say, when you go to that gym and you hire the personal trainer, remember, you are worth it. You are the mission. Your health is critical. And you want someone who is going to push you, who is not going to put you on the cardio, because I'm pointing over there because that's where the cardio machines are at.
Well, I can see it now.
So cardio is not where it's at. I got to tell you, strength training is where it's at. The more muscle you have, the better you feel, the more calories you burn, the higher your metabolism, the stronger your muscles and bones are. And it's better for your brain. So all the things. So if go to the gym, hire a personal trainer. And if you're not able to do that, then there are some really good, for the women, there's some really good videos and people that I follow. And then for the guys, there's a plethora of information because there's so much out there for the guys. Yeah. Whereas for the women, and I will say that you want to avoid the quick fix.
Yes.
So you want to avoid the diets, you want to avoid the medications, because they're only good for a short while, and then you are going to return to where you were at. So,
and I love that you brought that up. So why is that, Ruth?
Because it's what you think. You haven't changed your mindset, and that is key. That is what turned it for me and allowed me to keep the weight off for 40 years, because you don't really hear that a lot. However, what I had done, unbeknownst to me, until I came across neuro-encoding, I didn't realize that I knew I had changed my mindset, but I didn't realize how critical it was to keeping the weight off. I knew that I could do the hard things, and I no longer saw myself as fat. I changed what I said to myself. I'm not a yo-yo dieter anymore. It's
Yeah,
like, I've decided I like where I'm at, and I will do whatever it takes with heavier weights, whatever, in order to stay healthy. So I got rid of it's like I got rid of the quick fix
yeah,
because that it just comes back. And I see people at work all the time, the guys especially, they drop like 20, 30 pounds, and then you go back to eating like you were, you go back to doing all the things because you were depriving yourself, and you're going, oh now I can do that. I can drink the beer or whatever. And you haven't changed how you see yourself. You still see yourself as fat or whatever. And you don't realize that when you change what you think and say about yourself, everything changes.
absolutely love it. So I'd like to dive into that a little bit more. The I'm off questions, obviously. So, but
Bring
this is
it.
what we do, just organic conversation, right? I have
Yeah.
questions in case I need them. So as far as mindset, so we know neuro-encoding. Obviously, we're advanced certified, all the fun stuff. And we do it because we know it works. These simple mindset hacks, creating new neural pathways, using our own brains to fight everything it normally wants to do, to put in new systems and so on, so that we can default back to our best selves and what we want. So let me ask this: is where do we start as far as just the average person that knows nothing about neuroencoding or any of that stuff, just average person that is just pissed off and aggravated because they've done 14 different diets and they've done exactly like you said, they've lost the weight, and then they're like, okay, well, I can just do one candy bar, and then, well, actually, where's the weight? I know how, so I'll just do another candy bar. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it begins, right? All of a sudden, you're right back to where you were, higher. So what are some quick thoughts that you would, doesn't need to be quick, but some thoughts that you've seen work over and over again with people that you work with?
Yeah. So I will say that when you decide what you want,
Mm,
so how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to see yourself? What does that look like?
yeah,
How does that feel? And then you can start breaking it down. And I will say the one thing that makes all the difference in the world, well, there's a couple things. I take that back. So there's praise. No one praises themselves. We all are great at beating ourselves up, thinking that's going to do the job. If I tear myself down enough, I will make the progress. However, in neurocoding, we know that that's not where it's at. Praise is what makes all the difference in the world. And what that looks like is when you do something, anything. So you get up in the morning and you make your bed. You made your rack. Say yes, or do a little happy dance, or bring your hand up, lean slightly forward, and pat yourself on the back. And
woo-hoo!
say yes, right? So after every little thing, and it sounds silly, and you'll feel silly when you first start it. After every little thing you do, praise yourself. And your brain is going to go like, oh, that was happiness.
Yeah,
What happened before that? I just got all those happy hormones. What happened before, and how can I get some more of that? So that to me is it's the easiest and hardest thing to do, is to praise yourself. And then the other thing to keep in mind is that however you can automate everything that you do or make it a routine,
mhm,
the better your brain's going to feel, because your brain is all about survival
yeah,
and it wants to expend as little energy as possible. So those are two things. And then, of course, there's the mirror exercise, and then there's writing down what you have accomplished, so that you can, when you're beating yourself up, you can look at your list of, oh, hey, this is what I've done. you
Ruth,
know?
I'm sorry to interrupt you really quick, but I want to go back just a second because you talked about the mirror exercise, and we have time. I'd like to actually discuss these different things and give people the tools. And I
Okay.
know people that are, listeners that have listened to episodes and have listened for a long time know a lot of these exercises, but here's what I'm going to say. Listen to it again for the first time because there may be something that Ruth says that may be different from something I've said or Cindy Gould has said or, this person has said, right? So can
Right.
you explain the mirror exercise and what the benefit is for, again, for what we're trying to accomplish with being healthy?
Okay. Okay. So the mirror exercise is you're going to get up first thing. It's easy first thing in the morning because you're going to go into the bathroom anyway. And after you've done all that and you've brushed your teeth and you've had your water, then you're going to look yourself in the eyes in the mirror deeply. Look yourself deeply in the eyes until you get that feeling. And then say your name, Ruth, I love you. Put a big smile on your face and do it 5 or 10 times. And I will say that when you first start doing it, you're going to go like, well, this is stupid. And I don't know if I can really look myself in the eyes. And I don't know if I really love myself.
Yeah.
And you might feel overwhelming emotions. You might start crying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. It's normal. Yeah. And it gets better with time, and then you show up for yourself differently because you realize you are phenomenal, you are amazing, you are a child of God. He loves you, you love yourself, and it really, when you hear it out loud, it really makes a difference. And so when you say your name, Ruth, I love you, it's like someone else is talking to you, telling you, I love you. You're amazing. And so I say start there, do it at least in the morning and at night before you go to bed. And then if you want to really accelerate, do it whenever you walk by a mirror. Just stop, put a smile on your face, say your name, I love you. And then what are you going to do? You're going to praise yourself. You're going to say
Absolutely.
yes. Or however you anchor yourself, say yes.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. And can I suggest one other thing? When you first started, there's a couple of things that I have found with coaching and training. Is people don't generally remember it first thing in the morning until it becomes lasting, pattern in their lives.
Okay.
Put a sticky note on your mirror because you won't miss that. Right where you stand, brush your teeth right in front, because it'll remind you to do it. It'll remind you to do it. So I absolutely love that, and I love that you said you'll feel it because you do when you do it right. You're literally talking to your soul. So I really love that you said that because a lot of people they miss that portion of it because that's when you really know. And then the last thing I want to add to that, if I can, is especially veterans, I have found have trouble looking themselves in the mirror and saying I love you. So here's what I'm going to suggest is look at your chin to start, but just do the exercise. Look at your chin to start, and then work your way up to your eyes to where you feel that way. There are people that don't, how do I say this, that I've worked with that believe that people say I love you too much, and it doesn't really mean anything. So here's another thought. Look yourself in the eyes, give yourself a big hug, literally. So there's other ways to do the mirror exercise too that I have found, again, because it's actually shocking, Ruth. I've never had this issue. I guess I'm blessed, and I'm going to go with that. I'm grateful for it. But I have seen more people struggle with telling themselves I love you than not, which literally baffled me. So that's why I've come up with some of these other ways to kind of give you baby steps to get there. So
those are great baby steps that I will actually share with others. Yeah. When they say they can't.
Yeah, they just can't. They literally can't do it. It's when I started this work, I was like, what do you mean? Just do it. And then really talking, and obviously I've worked with a lot of people, so I've just learned it. So So you were going to talk, where's the next thing? And I'm sorry I did interrupt, but I just thought it was important. As far as, I think you're going to talk about a writing exercise.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So we know that what we write, we invite. And not talking about your laptop. I am talking about pen and paper, pencil and paper. Write it down. Get yourself a journal, because this is going to be all about you and how awesome you are. And you're going like, okay, well, I haven't accomplished anything. Well, yeah, you have. You've accomplished so many things, and you are unique. I mean, you went into the military. You served your country. No matter what your reason was for going in, you were in for at least 2 years. You did all the hard things. You advanced in rank. You worked with your platoon, your mission, your team, whatever you call it. I was in the Navy and I was a radioman, so it doesn't compute. But so you start, okay, set your timer, set your timer on your phone. And it's only 5 minutes. So for 5 minutes, write down everything you can think of that you have accomplished without stopping, and don't repeat anything. You want to do that for 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, you're going to have this incredible journal of what you have accomplished. And I suggest that you continue doing it. You don't have to do it every day. However, if you feel yourself starting to beat yourself up and to feel bad about yourself, or you're going down the rabbit hole and you're going back to the unhealthy habits, then it's time to start the journal accomplishments writing exercise. And if you really want to step it up, go to 10 minutes, but I wouldn't go over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah. If you're in the right zone, you can definitely go do beyond 10 minutes. It's kind of interesting when you're there, right? But
Yeah.
when you're first starting out, 5 minutes is,
5 minutes,
I
and
love
you're going to
5
go
minutes,
like, 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, what am I going to write about? And it doesn't have to be in any order. It's however things come to you. And if you're drawing a blank, go like, I learned how to tie my shoes.
Exactly.
I graduated from kindergarten.
Yes.
Just whatever. I
brushed
my
my
teeth.
teeth.
I took out the trash.
Yes, exactly. It's funny
You
because
only get to say that once, though. You only get to say it once, though.
Yes, absolutely love it. And then celebrate the hell out of all your accomplishments.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely love
Absolutely.
it. Let me see where we are on time. Yeah, we're getting low on time, unfortunately, already. This went way too fast. So I want to go into really quick, what does lasting lifestyle change require beyond motivation? I think this is important for people to stay the course, if you will.
Right. So we know that motivation doesn't last, nor does willpower.
Yeah.
So it requires a change in your mindset. It requires routine and setting yourself up for success, whatever you determine that looks like, and just make it as automatic as possible. So I automate my breakfast. I have a protein smoothie every day. I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
I go to the gym, I work out, I come in home and have my smoothie. And then I eat massive quantities of protein for the muscle. But you want to make it as easy as possible so that you will continue it when the willpower and the motivation goes away, because it's not going to last. And just know that, you are disciplined and that you can do anything you set your mind to. You want to make it easy, make it automatic, and definitely change your mindset when you decide, this is key, when you decide that you are worth it and that you are going to continue with the good health, then nothing can stop you. You can get derailed and then you will get back on course. So
Absolutely love it. I was battling between two last questions, and you just kind of answered the other one with that one, so perfect. So for the person listening right now who knows their health is holding them back, right? And unless you are just, well, Ruth, that they are probably having some things, right? I mean,
Right.
so with the society today, I mean, we see the epidemics, right? We see the diabetes, we see all the issues, right? So
Right.
for the person listening right now who knows their health is holding them back, what is one step, one action that they can take today, not tomorrow, people, not Monday, people, but today, to start becoming stronger and more vibrant?
So decide, and
Mhm.
then decide that you're going to do it. Then do one small step. So it might just be doing push-ups or, going to the gym for maybe it's for the first time and getting a personal trainer. Or you can reach out to me. I am starting a 13-week course called Upgrade Your Life at the beginning August 8th. Or you can reach out to me for one-on-one coaching.
Awesome.
So
Is the program that you're doing for men and women? Just want to be specific.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
perfect,
Yeah,
perfect,
it applies to
s-
everyone.
perfect. And then another question popped into my head, because everybody wants to skip leg day, but largest muscle in your body are your legs, correct? So don't skip leg day because it
Absolutely.
boosts your metabolism and all the good stuff, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Stop
That's where all
skipping
your
leg
strength
day.
comes from.
Absolutely awesome. So
Yeah.
you kind of started talking about this a second ago, but Ruth, for people who are listening who feel connected to your message, what is the best way for them to learn more about your work? Follow you, book you, or support what
Right.
you're.
So you can reach out to me on Facebook, send me a DM and just say upgrade, or you can shoot me an email at ruth@behealthyou.com.
Love it. Absolutely love it. As we know, time is the most precious resource we have as human beings. We don't get it back. Ruth, thank you so much for spending this moment in time to help our mission and make a difference in the world.
Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely. If something in today's conversation resonated with you, don't just move on to the next thing. Sit with it for a minute. Understand, think about it, take that first action, contact Ruth, whatever it is, but don't just move on to doom scrolling or doing something else that's not going to benefit you. If you know someone who may need to hear this today, share this episode with them. You can also join us at yourthoughtsyourreality.com, where we continue these conversations around identity, transition, resilience, and growth. And remember, your thoughts shape your reality. We're out of here.
Thank you for joining us on another insightful journey of Your Thoughts, Your Reality podcast with your host, Michael Cole. We hope the conversation sparked some thoughts that resonate with you. To dive deeper into empowering your thoughts and enhancing your reality, visit empowerperformancestrategies.com. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality, so make them count. Until next time, stay inspired and keep creating the reality you desire. Catch you on the next episode.